So we're going to analyze a snatch that I attempted the other day. This is 175 pounds. This is at 85% of my 1 rep max. And we're going to kind of break it down and see what I can improve on and critique this snatch. So as we press play here on the video, we're going to stop it here, take a look at my starting position. I'm pretty happy with that position. I like how the shoulders are pretty close to over the bar. You know, I might pull the shoulders back just a little bit, but all in all, I'm happy with that position. I think the grip is a grip width that's right for me as well. So we're going to start by taking a look at the first pull. And really what I want us to focus on here is my torso angle. So that line there kind of traces my torso angle there, parallel with my torso angle. The reason I bring this up is because from mid-shin, right here, to above the knee, I want my torso angle to keep the same angle. But watch what happens. As I lift, the hips come up early. Can you see how the hips touch that line before the shoulders do? And then the hips cross that line before the shoulders do. So if I play it in faster motion, you can see how my torso angle really changes and becomes a lot steeper. Now the bar is starting to pull me forward, and as a result, I'm in a bad position for my second jump. So this is why the first pull is so important. It's the slowest, it's the least dynamic, but it's so critical because if we don't get it right and we make a small mistake, like hips rising just a couple inches too fast, there's a snowball effect, and it manifests itself in the second and third pull as we're about to see. So the bar crosses the knee, and look at my knees now. Knees almost immediately start to rebend. So I'm going into my jump here as soon as the bar crosses the knee, and that's way too early. Ideally, we say that we explode from our pockets, right? In the snatch, that second pull. So pockets is right about here, roughly. And so I'm jumping too early. Because I'm jumping too early, my weight comes forward too early, and instead of brushing my hips, which is right about here, the bar brushes my upper thigh. And now we're going to back it up here. I'm going to have you watch the bar trajectory. Watch what happens to this bar. It comes way far forward. My whole body comes forward, in fact. So poor liftoff leads to an early jump. I can probably get a little bit more out of that hip extension right there. You can look at my head. I'm looking straight up at the ceiling. That's an overcorrection. I'm trying to reach my shoulders and my head back to get a good extension, but instead of doing that, I simply look up to the sky and I break my midline. So that's an overcorrection on my part that I'm working on. Now as we go into the third pull, just go ahead and watch my feet for a moment. You can see how far forward they come. I don't think I'm being overly critical when I say that it's a good foot forward than where I began. And so ideally we're actually supposed to jump backwards in our Olympic lifts. And so that's why I'm trying to reach my head and my shoulders back, is to reach back into that lift and pull that weight back with me. But because my liftoff was poor, because my jump was early, there's nothing I can really do about it. That weight is pulling me forward at this point. So we're going to play it all. So I make that lift because I'm fast enough getting under the bar and I'm strong enough to handle that weight. But you get closer and closer to my 1 rep max. If I don't have my timing down, that weight's going to land in front of me every time and it's going to fall forwards. So if I was my coach, I would tell myself that I need to work on my lift off, getting my shoulders and chest higher in my snatch deadlift, and I would work on my timing in my jump, telling myself to be more and more patient. So we'll watch it one more time here. And I stand up. And even though it wasn't perfect, it was still a successful lift. So that's my snatch at 175.